Hey everybody, it's me, Angel Benton. It is time for another edition of Angel Sudsy Recap, where we delve into the world of daytime television and we do a few reality shows on the side. And one of those reality shows that we're doing is The Real Housewives of Atlanta. And one of the good things about, I'm sorry, my scalp, it itches like really bad. It's driving me crazy. Well, it's not just my scalp, but it's my skin too. As you can see, I'm a little red, and I'm wondering if I don't know if it's the detergent or something is just. I mean, it looks like I've got a sunburn. I wasn't out in the sun today at all, so it's a little crazy. I'm not quite sure what this is. Maybe I've got an allergic reaction to something. That would be interesting since I'm away at a property. You know what's funny is that living in Las Vegas, one of the things that surprises people, besides how cold it gets in winter, because for some reason no one thinks it gets cold in Las Vegas in the wintertime when it's fucking freezing as hell, it's the wind. All year round, the wind is really bad, and I think it's because of where Vegas is located in the valley that we get really bad wind. But here in Laughlin tonight, the wind is out of control. It is even worse than it is in Las Vegas. It is crazy. Like, I was sitting here in my hotel room, right? I don't have anything on, like no television or anything, and I'm just listening to the wind. It is so bad. It's crazy. Yeah, tonight's a little bit out of control. Okay, so Housewives of Atlanta. Okay, first of all, I fucking love Kandi. I just love Kandi. She is, it's like well, I was going to say that Aaron Carter song, but it's actually a Bow Wow Wow song that Aaron Carter remade called I Want Kandi. I mean, it's so cute. I love her. You know, they showed her doing that indoor skydiving with Riley, and it was really cute. And it was a really touching moment between her and her daughter, and, you know, it was just interesting. It was really, I love Kandi. I love that she's back with Escape. I love Escape. Well, what's funny, though, is that she's not recording with Escape, though. That's interesting, right? She's touring with them, but she's not recording with them. Interesting. So if she tours with them some more after their new album comes out, does that mean that she's not going to do their songs? Is she going to go off stage? I mean, that's just one of the many, many billions of thoughts that go through my head all the time. All the time. Okay. So, so we had that going on. We also had, oh, bless Portia. Well, actually, no. Let's talk about Sheree. Let's talk about Miss Sheree. You know I love me some Sheree. I fucking love me some She by Sheree. I have loved her for quite some time. And today we really actually found out quite a bit about Sheree this week than we have in weeks past. So on this week we found out a little bit more about her prison boo, Tyrone, and how she was wearing a t-shirt that said wifey on an Instagram photo. I don't know if it was her Instagram or his Instagram, I don't know, but, you know, so Portia was like, girl, are you married? She's like, no, I'm not married. No, and she's like, when I have a wedding, I want you all to come. She's like, good, I hope you don't pull a Kenya. I mean, that was a little shady, but true. That was true. You know, Kenya got married and didn't tell nobody. And so let's kind of segue that into Cynthia. You know, Cynthia told her, she was like, you know, I'm not going to lie. After you left San Francisco, the girls were talking about your wedding. And at first I was pissed off at them for talking about you continually. But then as time went on, I got pissed off at you because, you know, if I'm your best friend, I should have been there at your fucking wedding. Girl, let me break it down for you real quick. Let's just pause, okay? And I just need to tell you. Do you know how many friends of mine have gotten married and not invited me to their weddings? Gay and straight. That's annoying. So I do want to shout out to all the people who have invited me to their weddings, even if the marriage didn't last. Tanya and LJ, I love you for inviting me to your wedding. Kevin and Joseph, Your wedding was fantastic. So, the people that have invited me, thank you so much. The people that have, or the people that have invited me, yes, thank you so much. The people that have not invited me, well, best of luck to you. That sounds a little bit bitter. I don't mean it to sound bitter. I'm not a bitter person, but that is kind of a sore spot with me because I would want all of my friends to participate in the best day of my life, but apparently, that's not the case with all my friends. So we'll just leave it at that. Okay, so moving on. Okay, back to Sheree. So we heard about her prison boo, and we also got to see Sheree have a conversation with her children about the domestic violence that she experienced with her husband Bob. Now, with her ex-husband Bob. Now we saw last season we found out about the abuse. That's how we found out about this issue with Sheree, and Bob made everything a joke, and she was very clearly saying, this is not a joke. This is not a time for you to be fucking trying to make people laugh. I'm dead serious. And then he kind of made more jokes, but the jokes were like not funny. The jokes weren't even funny. Like, oh, maybe I should have choked you harder then. I mean, like, okay. And it was real interesting because, like her daughters were like, they were real pissed off at their dad. And her son, poor Cairo, he didn't really, or at least from the conversation that we saw on television, he didn't really like look comfortable. First of all, he looked real uncomfortable, as we all did. She felt uncomfortable, I'm sure. The girls were like, yeah, he tried to talk to us, but I was so pissed off, I just drove away because it was after a game and I didn't think it was appropriate. So, and he was like, why'd you keep all that from us? And, it was really interesting to see her say, I kept it from you because well, we heard her say this on previous episodes. She said, I kept it from my kids because I didn't want to sour their relationship with their father, And now that some time has gone by and they've been divorced for quite some time, she can tell them about it. But she felt really good afterwards. She felt like a weight had been lifted off of her shoulders. And I'm sure it probably did. That probably weighed heavy on her soul for quite some time. So I'm glad that she was able to unburden herself and tell her kids if they ever want to discuss that, they should. And that they should none of them should go through that in their personal life ever, so it was really actually it was one of those days that just made me love Sheree even more. I just love me some Sheree. Okay, so now we'll go to Cynthia. Cynthia had a date on a boat with her man. It's her man. No, okay, so she divorced Peter, but they're still friendly. And then she started dating this guy, Will, who's, it's hilarious because she's like, he's 29 or 28 or whatever. Like, he's 28 or 29, and she's like, oh my God, he's a baby. Girl, he's almost 30, and you just turned 50. It's not like he's that much younger than you. He's at the most, 12 years younger? Big whoop. 12 years? When you're 60 or when he's 60 and you're 72, is anyone going to really care? That's one of those things where the age difference is not as big a deal as she's making it out to be. He certainly doesn't think so. Have you seen Cynthia Bailey? She looks incredible. I want to look that good when I'm 50. Damn. She looks awesome. I love her. I love Cynthia. So he sent a car for her to pick her up. That was interesting because she was like, oh, okay. So the car came and picked her up, took her to the boat. Kandi and Todd met them at the boat because Kandi went on they went on a double date. And the good thing about this is that they showed a clip of Todd talking to Peter, and Peter was like, look, if he's a decent guy, embrace him. I mean, how cool is that for your ex-husband to be that cool? That's really super cool. I think that's awesome. And Peter's a good person, you know? And I didn't really think so at the beginning. But once we got to see more of Peter Thomas, I can definitely see the appeal from Cynthia, to be honest with you. I love her. So that was pretty much all that happened this past week on The Housewives. It was really Sheree-centric. There were some moments with Kandi and Cynthia. Cindy Bailey. No one's ever called her Cindy. I wonder if that's so funny. Cindy Bailey. It sounds good, too. It sounds cute. Oh, yeah, I got a job at the Cindy Bailey modeling agency. That's so funny. Anyways, thank you so much for logging on. I do appreciate it. Please feel free to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at Angel Benton. You can hashtag RHOA or Real Housewife Shit to talk about the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Or you can also hashtag Bold and Beautiful to talk about the Bold and Beautiful. I'm doing that next. And you can hit that subscribe button on my YouTube channel to get my YouTube videos sent to your email inbox every single day. Okay, everyone, have a wonderful day. Peace out. Wubba, wubba, wubba.